How's it going, guys? JP back at you once again, and welcome to 7 Days of Horror, where we watch and review 7 horror films in 7 days. All 7 films have some sort of common theme to them, and we're now wrapping up this edition, which was Foreign Horror Part 2. And for day number 7, we kind of hit an all-time low with the film that I'm about to review, and that film is Carne, from the year 2003, with the tagline of "Descend into a nightmare of sadistic pleasure and torture." Now, this film comes to us out of Argentina. You can watch this DVD in either English dub or the original Spanish language with subtitles. I chose to watch it in subtitles because dubbing really kind of annoys me. And I much prefer to hear, it feels like the characters are better acted when you're listening to it in the original language. Except for, in this case, when the film is very badly acted anyway, it really doesn't matter. It's almost better to throw on the English dub because it'll at least probably bring some maybe minor laughs. So at one point I did throw on the English track for a couple minutes, but I quickly turned it off just because I found it annoying. Tried to get some laughs out of it, no dice. So this film follows 2 young men as they meet a couple of ladies and think they are going to have a night full of drinking and fun, and they're trying to seduce these ladies. Instead, they descend into a nightmare of vampires, torture, and harvesting of body parts. That's what the back of the case says, but they do not descend into any nightmare at all. It's actually quite tame and boring. These 2 guys basically meet these 2 chicks who are not even hot, to be honest. Normally you would expect in a film like this to at least get a couple of hot chicks who can't act instead of, just average looking girls who can't act. This one really offers nothing. There's nothing to it. There is literally nothing positive to really say about this one. I could not think of anything. The lighting was bad. The characters were bad. There's little to no development. Honestly, the best part of this film was when one of the characters was telling a story about how one of his professors trusted him to do some sort of museum presentation or something like that. And honestly, it wasn't even a good story, but it was the only part I really could pay attention to. Everything else, I was kind of drifting in and out of paying attention to the film. I just wanted it to end. I have a real bad problem with shutting off films. I don't like to do it. I like to stick in through the whole film and watch all of it. But I was really tempted to shut this one off if I didn't have this review to do, and I didn't have I didn't have time to really watch another film that is another foreign film. I probably would have shut it off. If I did not have this review to do, I probably would have shut it off. It was really bad. It wasn't the worst thing I ever seen. That would go to Beneath the Mississippi. But this film is not very much better than that. This film at least has, it doesn't have any technical problems in terms of actually being able to watch the film, because Beneath the Mississippi, you actually couldn't hear it at times. This film, you could hear it all the way through. There's bad lighting. It's pretty low budget, but I just expected a little more. I expected something, something to make this film stand, some unique plot point or character, or maybe even some gore. Some gore would have saved this thing a little bit. But there's nothing. It is absolutely pointless to watch. This film should not be on DVD. I can't imagine somebody really liking this film. there's just nothing to it. Anyway, that is my review. I give this thing a 1.5 out of 10. It was a huge waste of time. And on the back of the case, it says that it's 114 minutes. And on IMDb, it says it is 75 minutes. And I didn't actually check the time, but I think it was 75 minutes, but it still felt like the full 114. So I don't know how long it actually was, but hopefully it's 75 minutes, because that would just be a huge... Well, I wouldn't even understand the thought process of making this film 114 minutes. Anyway, that's it, guys. See you guys next time for another 7 Days of Horror. This one was, you know, up and down. We had some good films, we had some bad films, but this is definitely the lowest of the low. I did not enjoy this movie. Peace out, guys.